Hello there, everybody. Welcome to Flawless Rage 2 and a very, very special Flawless and Tea Party chat show. I have audio for me. I'll have to check for tea in a minute. That's right. He is here with us. Some people say that he's a smooth criminal. Some people say that Billie Jean is not his lover. But I can guarantee you one thing. You are not alone when you have Mr. Tea Party Gaming. How you doing tonight, T?
I'm fine, how are you?
Not too bad. Are you ready to do this thing?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant stuff. Let me get loaded up. And, yeah, how has your day been?
Warm. Been warm and, yeah, been alright.
Not too bad at all then. Right, so we're doing a bit of train sim tonight.
Yeah.
So we can just chat and I haven't got to worry about if I've missed a bit of grass or not. So we're going to get loaded into this. Now, tonight is a very special Flawless and Tea Party chat show. It's one that's close to mine and T's heart. It's, you know, celebrating the greatest of all time. And we'll get round to that in just 2 seconds. Let me just get this effing train sorted out and we'll head on a journey. Oh, yes, we're going on a journey tonight, T. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, this will be fun, isn't it?
Right, here we go. I'll just make sure the train isn't too loud.
Yeah, of course.
Let me just pop into me settings and just turn the audio down just a smidge. Doesn't need too much.
No, it doesn't.
Supply that shit. Right, okay, here we go.
All good stuff.
Here we go. We are en route. Right, let me take that down a bit to a smaller percentage of power. Okay. So tonight we're here celebrating the life of the legend himself, Mr. Michael Jackson. This Sunday marks the 14th year since MJ's passing, and I wanted to commemorate that and, you know, celebrate the life of MJ and, you know, just talk about him, talk about, you know, why he is the greatest of all time, why sort of like no one will ever come close to him, and things like that. So my first question basically goes to T straight away. How did you get into being a Michael Jackson fan?
Well, I think it's all started when obviously you're a fan, obviously, and most of the people in the family is a fan, and obviously growing up with music and stuff. And I just like passionate about dance and singing and that, and then I learned his dance from the age of 7, 8 years old, and not stopped since.
Okay.
You know, and I did start liking him. It was 2000 and something. I was still new liking him, and then he passed away. So it was a bit, you know, I was actually the new fan, and the next minute he passed away. You know, I know I was a fan beforehand, but that was a bit of a shock. You know.
Yeah.
It was emotional, yeah. But like, I was still a new fan. I was still a kid as well, so I didn't know what to do. I was quite shocked.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, like my idol just died, and I've not liked him. You know, I was starting liking him and that.
Yeah, well, we'll pick up on that a little bit later, T, but for me, I became a fan of him when Black or White came out in 1991, so Dangerous era, we're talking here, and I sort of like, you know, saw this video on TV, and there was this guy with insane dance moves, and and in the video turning into a Black Panther at the end, and I was like, what is this? I must have been about 8 or 9 myself.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was a bit younger than that, actually. About 6 years old. And I was like, okay, so this is cool. So who is this person? So I thought, right, Michael Jackson. I need to find out a bit more about this Michael Jackson. Now, little did I know that he sang the song Bad, and I liked that for years. I didn't even know who sang it, right? And I thought, yeah, that's a cool song. And I found out it was the same person. I was like, I need this music. I need this music in my life. And ever since that sort of age, I was a fan. Once again, like yourself, I learned the dance, which isn't fucking easy, let me tell you. You know,
If
and
you've got a talent, then it's easy, but...
yeah, so it was difficult for you. And
Fuck off.
so there so then it was
Start a lot of that.
so then it was sort of like, okay, well, what can we do? What can we say about it? You know, and I thought, right, I need to get this album. So I asked my mum if I could have the new Michael Jackson Dangerous album, which I got on cassette at the time. I actually still have a cassette copy of that. I actually have them all on cassette.
Yeah.
Sort of like it's been spiraling from there, and then sort of like, you know, things happened and everything, and all of this bullshit got started. But we'll touch on that again later as well. But that's how I became a fan, through the Black or White video. Now, I want to give these people, you know, our viewers, a rundown here. We do have a third viewer. Hello, third viewer. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I noticed that earlier.
I don't know who it is, but I don't know who it is, but welcome, whoever you are. And so I'm going to give them a bit of a rundown to people. So Michael Jackson, born on the 29th of August, 1958 in Gary, Indiana, to his dad, Joseph Jackson, his mum, Catherine Jackson, a whole family of talent. You know, you've got Janet, you've got LaToya, whose career didn't go so well. She tried to sing a few songs, but didn't go so well. Then, of course, the brothers Randy Marlon, Tito Jermaine, Jackie, you know, and it's just absolutely incredible. Now, you know, he was born in 1958, became a member. Well, he was performing since the age of 5 at sort of like parties, discos and stuff, out on the circuit trying to get spotted. And then sort of like a lot of people think that the Jackson 5, their first sort of like recording contract came at Motown. It didn't. There was another recording company, a little like indie recording company first, which had some sort of like rarities and stuff which they recorded, which can be pretty hard to find, which was called Steeltown Records. From there, they sort of like went then to Motown, got spotted by Motown, by Berry Gordy, and released all these insane songs on...
Diana Ross discovered them, didn't she?
Diana Ross did not discover them. Diana Ross... Diana...
That's the title of their first album, The Jacksons, though, isn't it?
Yes, but she did not discover them. So she was more like introducing the Jackson 5. That was basically to get them on her TV show. She had a TV show at the time, the Diana Ross Show, and they basically went on there, and that was sort of like the way they marketed it was really clever. They did it sort of like as this band was Diana Ross's brand new discovery. You know, you got to hear this band. It's crazy. It's insane. The music, you know. And then came the Jackson 5 music. But no, Diana Ross introduced them, did not discover them. That was sort of like, that was just a marketing thing. But Michael was performing in the Jackson 5 since, he's been performing since he was 5, but performing there about age 9. But they marketed him as an 11-year-old. So, you know, and the albums that they came out with, I mean, there's ABC, there's Skywriter, there's fucking hell, so many. ABC. So many, yeah. ABC, the entire, you know, catalogue, third album, the Jackson 5, you know, amazing stuff. And, you know, I'd like to run through with Tea Party some of our favourite... I mean, I love every single song by the Jackson 5 and Michael Jackson. I can't pick a favourite. But I'd like to run through some of the songs with Tea Party, get his take on them, and then we'll move up to MJ's solo career. So, Tea Party, name some of your favourite Jackson 5 songs.
Oh, Jesus Christ, now you're asking, aren't you? I Want You Back.
An absolute classic, yeah.
I like ABC.
Yeah.
The Love You Say is a good one. Oh, I've got to get my my playlist up. Hang on, I've got Jackson. I've got a Michael Jackson playlist, you see, and I can get it up on there. You see, that will help. You see, so that will help. I've got all the songs on there. So hang on. Where's Michael? Hang on. Go on YouTube and do it. Here we are. Right. Obviously, no, Jackson's not that. It was Michael. We want Jackson. That's what we want. I got them separate. You see. Where are we? Where's T? Hang on. There it is. Right. Also, as I said, I Want You Back, as I said. Who's Loving You is a good one.
Yeah.
The Love You Save, I've said that. ABC, I've said that. I like the song 2468. I like that one. It's quite catchy.
Yeah.
Quite catchy one. I'll Be There is a really good one. Going back to Indiana, I like that song.
That's a great song.
That is a good one, I like that. Maybe Tomorrow, that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
And also Never Can Say Goodbye, that's a nice one as well.
Yeah.
I like that. And Looking Through the Window, that's a good one.
Oh, looking through the window.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the song Skywriter, that's a good one.
Dude, that's funky.
I know, it was good. I like the song also, Get Together, that's a really funky one as well.
I'll leave it alone. You ain't want my loving. I'll be gone. Yeah, fucking fantastic. Yes.
Dance Machine is on 2 albums.
Dance Machine is on 2 albums.
Yeah.
It is on Get It Together and it's on the actual Dance Machine album.
Yeah,
but the
what I
full
thought.
version of it is on the Get It Together album.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it is on both albums. I have,
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah.
you know, I've got, I've got them all in the cupboard on vinyl and I've got them on CD and many times. But yeah,
Many times.
the ones that stick out for me, I mean, my daughter is heavily into dancing. I mean, she has the Just Dance games and, you know, absolutely loves dancing. And, you know, I've taught her some of the Michael Jackson moves. I've, I even, fuck you. And, you know, I've taught her some of the Michael Jackson moves and some of the dance routines. She's not too bad. She's getting there. She's got a game, one of the Just Dance games. I think that's a 2020 Just Dance. And the Jackson 5, I Want You Back is on there. And she loves going through that song. Even I had a go doing that song for her. And I mega started, bitch. And, you know...
I've got the Michael Jackson Escape game on the Wii, I have.
Michael Jackson Experience, mate.
Oh, Experience this... I know what I mean. It's because it sounds similar, doesn't it?
No.
I knew what I meant.
I
knew what I meant. Everyone knew what I meant. Shut up.
I have the game as well. I have the Xbox version.
You told me, though, at the beginning, when I got that, when I was for Christmas one year, you said you didn't like it at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't like
I'll
it at
get
first,
to that.
remember.
I will get to
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Right? But we're talking about Jackson 5 songs at the minute. Now, ones that stick out for me are the ones that you said, but also sort of like one of theirs from one of their albums. I don't know. I think it's Get It Together. I'm not entirely sure. But a song called The Boogeyman. Oh my fucking God, is that dirty and funky. Jesus. That's got such a cool intro. And then a sort of like do. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. And that's really bassy. When you've got a decent record set up and that you listen to it on vinyl, an original press as well, which I have, then and you turn that up. Holy crap, does that sound good? You know, but there is a lot of them out there that people. I mean, it's just sort of like, you know, when you say the Jackson 5 to somebody, they're going to say either ABC or I Want You Back or The Love You Say. They're going to say the more popular ones. They're not thinking sort of like about the B-sides like Maria and stuff like that. And
Yeah, but that's the same with Michael Jackson's songs as well, his solo stuff as well. Everyone says, oh, Billie Jean, Beat It, Thriller and all that, you know, exactly the same.
Well, yeah. And, you know, I just think that's absolutely fantastic music, you know, that they brought us throughout the 70s while they were with Motown. Before they went, you know, I mean, they were with Motown for some hell of a lot of years, but then they went to CBS Records, and that's when sort of like Jermaine left the band, and it just became the Jacksons, and then of course they released things like Destiny, Triumph, Victory, you know, and everything, and what incredible music there is on there as well. Now, I've got so many different pressings of the Jacksons, and you know, the things that they come with, these things, are incredible. The actual sort of like, not just the music, but also the little inlays you get and stuff as well on the records. You guys have seen them on Vinyl Friday. Another one coming up tonight, don't forget, between 12 and 1. You know, and it's just incredible. I mean, have you got any favourite Jacksons songs?
Not on the top. No, not on the top of my head. No.
Well, for me personally, I like. I do like, of course, like the. There's just so many I like, really. But there's like. I think the actual song "Destiny" is incredible. It starts off slow, but then it gets into it, and there's on the actual Destiny album, there's a song called All Night Dancing, and that is really, really funky. That seriously is such a good song. But then you think about other albums as well, and you've got sort of like State of Shock, Be Not Always, Torture, you know, and Heartbreak Hotel, and things like that, you know. It's absolutely amazing, the things that, you know, that are available, you know, on these albums, and it is music perfection in my view, you know. And then sort of like we all know from the Jacksons, then Michael went solo, but the thing what I like about it is sort of like you know, I mean, even Michael did solo albums. A lot of people say Off the Wall's his first solo album. It's not.
It wasn't.
No, there are other albums way before, like Forever Michael, and Music and Me, and Ben, you know, things like that, way before, and they were his solo stuff, you know. But then sort of like going on to Off the Wall, let's go through individual albums now, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Michael. So T-Pie, Off the Wall, favourite songs off that album, go.
Off the Wall?
Yep.
Rock With You.
Oh, yes, classic.
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Burn the Disco Out, I like that one.
That is a really funky tune, yeah.
Get on the Floor, that's another funky one.
Yep.
Girlfriend's a nice one.
That's got Girlfriend has actually got a really, really nice, you know, tempo to it. It's not too slow, and it's not too fast, and it's got a nice sort of like gentle rhythm and melody to it. That's really good. A really good song, that, yeah.
Yeah. What else is there? There is I've named a few. Oh, it's so warm tonight. Make me think now, aren't you? Work a Day and Night.
Oh, that's a good one. Do you know what? That's actually quite a really good. That's a really good dance track. That one. You dance to that because that's so fast. You dance to that. It's like fucking hell. I do not recommend dancing to it in this heat, by the way. But my God, you'll be sweating like a $10 hooker at the end of it. Seriously. But oh my God, yeah. What a great song. What a great song.
She's another great one. She's Out of My Life. Everyone knows that one.
Yes.
That's one of his popular ones. Can't Help It.
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
And then It's the Falling in Love.
Yeah.
That's all the songs from that album.
That is all the songs from the album. And what a great album it is. I mean, Off the Wall is quite... I think it's underrated a bit. You know, it
Yeah.
isn't given as much praise as it should
No.
have. You know,
No, I agree with that.
it's sort of like, you know, you're gonna always say to people Michael Jackson songs, and they're always, every time they go to Thriller, every time,
Yeah.
with good reason. You know, it's you know, it is sort of like his you know, basically the most popular album. It is the biggest selling album of all time. That still stands. You know, and we only celebrated Thriller 40 last year. And it's just such a good, you know, Thriller's such a good album. That's got, it made Michael Jackson's career even bigger. He was a megastar before, but Thriller made his career even bigger. Now, the songs on Thriller are incredible as well. I mean, the actual song Thriller, I love it to death. I'll listen to it anytime, any day, any place, anywhere. However, I do think it's a little bit overplayed, especially at Halloween time.
Yeah.
I do think it's a little bit overplayed, but I still absolutely love the song. But the other songs that are on there as well, you know, Billie Jean is on Thriller. PYT is on Thriller. It's just insane.
Baby
The
Be
amount
Mine.
of Baby, oh my God, Baby Mine, what a great song. You know,
Yeah.
it's one of them albums
He done
that
a
will.
song with Paul McCartney on it as well, didn't he?
The Girl Is Mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's, you know, that album will literally live forever. You know,
Yeah.
there is no doubting that it will live forever. I mean, the amount of Grammys, 8 Grammys in one night.
Yeah. And
8
people
Grammys.
people have still tried to top it here now, and they can't. They've tried, every artist tried to top it, but they haven't. It's
And you
making
know
me
what?
laugh.
I don't think they ever will. There's
No,
got to
I
be
don't.
something. There's got to be something really special comes along
Yeah.
to top that album. There really
Yeah.
has. I mean, the amount of hits that are on there as well. You don't sort of like, you know, you go to a party
Yeah.
and you're hearing MJ songs be played, and 9 times out of 10, that song's off Thriller. For instance, Billie
Yeah.
Jean. That's a huge banger. That always will be.
Yeah.
You know. So, yes, very, very good. We'll move on from Thriller and go to the next one along the line, which is Bad, released in 1987.
That's a good one.
And of course, you know, that even had some incredible songs on it. I mean, kicking off with the song Bad.
That was
And
meant to be with Prince.
there was meant to be with Prince, but Prince was decided to be a, you know, it was just a clash of egos. I mean, Michael didn't really have an ego. It was
No.
more like Prince's ego and stuff there. You know, it was supposed to be with him.
Yeah.
And then sort of like, because he didn't get on the album, because Prince didn't get on the album, he started calling the album pathetic, which I thought was a bit petty and shallow. You know, but you know, the actual song Bad is on there. What a great song. Just sort of like, even sort of like that kicking it off just makes the album straight away. That just song just sets it up. And then
Yeah.
that being followed on by The Way You Make Me Feel.
Yeah.
What an incredible song. It's sort of like it's a different sort of like style of tune on there. You don't really hear that sort of like, you know, sort of like anymore. You don't really hear that. Once in a while you will hear something like that, but they'll never be as up to standard as what that song is. You know, incredible stuff, amazing music. Have you got any favourite songs from Bad?
Well, my favourite always been Man in the Mirror.
Yes.
That's as always. Speed Demon's a good one.
Oh God, yeah.
Liberian Girl.
Yes.
That's another one. Just Good Friends. I like that one.
Yeah, debut duet even with Stevie Wonder. Yep.
Yeah. Obviously, Another Part of Me.
Mm.
But that was part of a film he did back then. What was it called?
Captain EO.
That's it. Yeah. That was part of that. Obviously, Can't Stop Loving You.
Yeah. Well, do you know what an interesting fact about the Michael Jackson Bad album? Um, how can you tell if you have an original copy?
I don't know, don't ask me.
Listen to I Just Can't Stop Loving You. If it's original, there is a spoken intro.
Right, yeah.
If it's a reissue, that spoken
There's
intro
no,
is not on there.
right.
That's how you can tell between if you got a reissue or
Mm,
an original.
yeah.
So there's a
Wow.
little tidbit for you. If you guys out there buy Michael Jackson Bad album and you listen to I Just Can't Stop Loving You, if it's got a spoken intro, you then know it's original.
Yeah. Oh.
Brilliant stuff. So, and of course, let's not forget Smooth Criminal. Now, Smooth Criminal is not only an amazing song, but it also came from another song. It's basically another song that's had a complete rework, and that song was on Bad 25. That was called Al Capone. That is, that song became Smooth Criminal. You know, it evolved into it, and you can hear sort of like the similarities between it. You listen to the words in Al Capone. That's sort of like, I mean, Al Capone was a well-known gangster. We all know that, but
Mm,
it's sort of like it's one of them songs. I mean, Smooth Criminal is set, so it's sort of like got gangster vibes. If you see the music video to it,
yeah.
sorry, the short film to it. If you see the short film to Smooth Criminal, it's like 1930s, 40s gangster sort of like related. Same thing as what the Al Capone track is.
Yeah.
And, you know, for one song to inspire another song, incredible. We still have Al Capone because it's on Bad 25. And, you know, it's absolutely incredible stuff. I got to admit, I love Al Capone. I think if that went on the album, I think even that would have been a really big hit. I really do.
Yeah.
Because it's got that sort of like, you know, classic MJ vibe to it, you know?
Yeah.
So then
Streetwalker's a good one.
Streetwalker's incredible. Streetwalker
Yeah.
evolved into another song as well. I can't remember what the
Yeah.
song was. And now we'll move on from Bad and go to Dangerous. Now, this is where it gets different for Michael Jackson. This is where a lot more rock elements come into it, a lot more hip hop elements come into it. What do you think of Dangerous? What's your thoughts on the album, and what songs do you like on there?
They're good, and I like She Drives Me Wild. I like that one.
Yeah,
That's obviously not a popular one, obviously. You know, it's obviously everyone knows Pop Love Jam. They know obviously In the Closet. They know Remember the Time. You know, that's a lot of popular ones.
oh
You
god, do you
know,
know what?
but
When I'm playing the records and Remember the Time come on, that volume goes fucking straight up. That's got such a kick to it.
and obviously
Unreal.
everyone knows Black or White, and everyone knows Heal the World. You know, they're the popular ones everyone knows, obviously.
Yeah,
You know, and then obviously you've got She Drives Me Wild. You've got Why You Want to Trip on Me. That's a good one.
yeah,
You know, and Can't Let Her Get Away.
yeah. Also, let's not forget like "Give In to Me" as well, which was a debut with Slash from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah. Keep the Faith is a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. That's another gentle one. That's another gentle
Yeah.
song.
Well, so is Heal the World.
Heal the World is, but also let's not you know, also Gone Too Soon as well, which was basically dedicated to Ryan White, a boy who died age, I think he was 13. I'm not
Not
sure.
too soon.
Yeah, Gone Too Soon.
Yeah.
You know, he passed away, and Michael dedicated that song to him. And I don't even know, but it sounds like it was even written about Ryan. You know,
Probably.
and it was just
And of course, you've got the title name, Dangerous song as well on there.
that is a fucking banger and a half, dude. Seriously.
I know, but I just thought there's a title name there. That's
Yeah.
what I thought, you know. Same with Thriller as well, and Bad, you know, it's all the same, you know, title name.
Well, and
They
off
all
the
do
wall.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they all do it.
And on to
mad.
our next one as well, Invincible.
Oh,
What
good
do we
one.
think of that?
You missed the history though. That come before
Well,
that.
History came out in 1995, but that came with classic songs. But yeah, okay, we'll do History. Well, I'll bite. Which
You're
songs?
right.
Which songs do you like off History? Now there are Scream. They Don't Care About Us. Stranger in Moscow. Tabloid Junkie and stuff. But that's just a name. But a few. But have you got any favourites off that ones? Any ones you like to listen to more than the others?
This Time Around is a good one.
Yeah.
DS, well, everyone knows the story behind that song.
Yep.
And obviously Money.
Oh God, yeah.
And you also got a cover on there, which has come together, Beatles cover.
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah, see? You're Not Alone, as a slow one. Childhood.
From Free Willy 2. Yep.
Yeah, and Too Bad.
Oh, fucking hell, Too Bad. It's
And
such a cool
also
song.
History. And also History as well.
Yeah. History's been changed up on the albums as well. An original version, you'll hear a different intro to History than you will on a reissue.
And also you got Smile.
Yeah, that was actually one of his favourite songs to sing, Smile.
Yeah. And also you got all sorts. And there's another one, but then there's that's mainly it really.
Okay, now we'll move on to Invincible. What sticks out there for you? What songs stick out?
I just thought I mentioned History because that's part of it as well. You know, might as well.
Yeah.
Rock with You. No, not Rock with You. Rock My World. I know what I meant.
Yep.
Funny video with Chris Tucker though.
Amazing.
But we should really name the actors who was in these videos with them. Like Eddie Murphy was in Remember the Time.
Yeah.
He was, obviously. Unbreakable. That's a banger.
Yeah.
Heartbreaker. Yeah, that's a good one.
Heartbreaker, I absolutely adore that song. That's, got such a nice vibe to it. And a sort of like a very different sound for Michael.
Yeah. Invincible.
There's actually
That's a good one.
there's actually a dig at Prince in that song.
Yeah.
There's actually a line in that song that's sort of like, he's buying you diamonds and pearls, but he can't do it like me. Diamonds and Pearls was a Prince song, and there's actually a bit of a dig there at Prince. So well played, Michael.
Well, also Break of Dawn.
Oh, great song.
And Heaven Can Wait.
Yeah.
That's a nice one. Butterflies is a nice one.
Yeah.
Features is a nice one. 200 Watts, that's quite a go-y song.
Wow. Yeah, that is. Wow, that's an incredible tune. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a go-y one. You Are My Life.
Yeah.
And then obviously Privacy.
Yeah, referencing that to Princess Diana.
And then Don't Walk Away.
I love Don't Walk Away, believe it or not. That is such a great song.
And then a song called Cry.
Mm.
And then Lost Children.
You're just reading the songs off.
No, I'm just naming songs as well. It's because I can't think off the top of my head, so I've got it on my phone to read them, that's why. So I remember what song's what. That's why. You just told me to name the songs, that's what you told me to do.
Not name the songs, name the ones name your favourites from there, you tit.
Oh. I like them all.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so then sort of like after that we have, well that was 2001, and then we didn't really hear from him for a while.
I did a song called One More Chance, Chains, something like that.
That was released. That was an exclusive release for the Michael Jackson Number Ones album. You can buy that. You can buy that as a single though, with the B side being Billie Jean. So yeah, now that was just some of the music. If you haven't heard any of them songs we're talking about or any of them albums, I highly encourage you to go out, check them out, and listen to them and give them a good chance, because you will be blown away. You really, really will. A lot of people these days are inspired by Michael Jackson, and it's a good thing. It's trying to make his memory live on. But when you've got people out there who sort of like trying the dance moves in the video. I mean, I spot flaws all the time. I'm terrible for it, but you know, a sort of like you know, you sometimes you think they're a bit of a try hard, but let's talk a little bit about him now. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about the allegations that were made against him '93 onwards because I'm not going to publicise bullshit because we all know that time with those allegations was nothing but more than lies. And just because Michael's appearance changed, they thought, oh, he's weird and stuff like that. No, not at all. He changed his appearance because he was picked on as a kid for having pimples and stuff, for his dad telling him he had a fat nose. That's why he changed his appearance. Learn your facts, people. Now, there's sort of like, you know, a lot that can be said about his career. I mean, married twice, once to Lisa Marie Presley, who sadly passed, and also to Debbie Rowe, and who was a nurse. And they became close and got married. And Michael had two incredible kids with her, and they're incredibly talented as well, Prince and, of course, Paris. Now, they've gone on to do their own things, and they've grown up so much, and you know, I am actually really proud of Prince and Paris for what they've become. You know, Prince is sort of like, you know, still holding that MJ name, you know, making, you know, not forgetting who his father is. You know, even his motorcycle is named after a song. You know, he actually has a motorcycle, which is a Harley Davidson, which is called Dirty Diana.
Yeah.
You know, and he holds the MJ Nights every single year to commemorate Michael, and it's all MJ stuff. And you know, I'm very proud of him for sort of like keeping Michael Jackson's legacy and memory alive. And then, of course, you have Paris as well, who's a very soft-spoken girl, but she's also now making waves in the music industry herself. You know, chosen that as her route. Now, it's a very different sound to Michael. She's not trying to... And the thing what I like about what Paris is doing is she's not trying to sort of like be, hey, buy my album because I'm Michael Jackson's daughter. You know, she's kind of, you know, she's making it out there on her own with a different sound. She's more into sort of like her rock and emo sort of like vibes and stuff like that, which I totally get, you know, and it's really, really good. I've listened to some of her stuff and I actually do like it. I think it's actually brilliant, you know. I mean, you can't really go wrong with it. No. You know. But no, he had two incredible kids with Debbie, did Michael. Yeah. And then, of course, there was a secret woman. We don't know. No one knows who she is. There's been people sort of like trying to thing, but he had Blanket, which he's changed his name now to Biji. But even he's making waves himself. You know, quite a shy kid at first, but he's you know, he's really into. I know that he's really into sort of like his superhero movies and stuff. I mean, it's just absolutely brilliant. I'm so proud of what them kids have done and become and stuff, and that's because they had guidance with a father who absolutely adored them, and also after his passing, they you know, they went to live with Catherine, and she steered him in the right direction as well. And God bless you, Catherine, because you did a fucking fantastic job with them. You know, having all them boys and girls, she knew what she was doing. Okay, so
yeah,
you know,
she did.
You know,
it's a bit busy with all that.
Oh, definitely. If you've got the Jackson 5 running around your house, you've got to know how to be on your toes. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the bit that I don't really want to talk about, but we have to. 14 years ago, the news broke that MJ passed. And I was like, well, let me get Tea Party's reaction first on this one, because I'm interested in finding out this. So How did you find out Michael had passed? What was your
Well,
initial reaction? And how do you think that affected how do you think that affected you in a way?
well, as I said at the beginning, I started being a fan from the age of 6 or 7, 8 years old, learning his dance moves, collecting his CDs, DVDs, everything, posters even, like, and everything and that. Obviously getting picked on, obviously, about it all the shit that's going on then as well. But, like, I was starting to be a fan, learning his dance moves, and everything and that. And then I was asleep one night, that's when it obviously came out, he died. And then my mum was watching TV one night, late at night, scrolling through TV, and it saw Michael Jackson across. Michael Jackson died. And she went, "Oh, fucking leave him alone," as the no reaction people had, leave him alone, all this bullshit, here we go, they're lying about him again. And then she stopped at the news, I think the news or something like that, and it was true, he died. And she was like, "Oh, how can I tell my, 7-year-old child, his idol's died, kind of thing."
Yeah.
And I think it was the next day, she woke me up. I think I was awake already. And she came in and she asked me, she said, "Right, who's your idol?" I said, "Michael Jackson." She went, "Who's your favourite artist of all time?" "Michael Jackson." She put her head down. She said he died. I didn't know what to say. I didn't cry. I was quite shocked. I didn't know what to think or what to do. I didn't know how to, what to think. And then she left me in my room for a bit, and since then I've not really thought about it as much as I got older.
Yeah.
Because when you're a kid, you don't proceed those sort of stuff, do you, when you're a kid? So as you get older, you do more register it more when you get older.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It is sad.
Yeah.
It's sad, and I get more emotional as I get older about it. But when I was a kid, I didn't as much.
Right.
But yeah, I was shocked. Yeah, I was.
Well, for me, this was in the days of MySpace. Does anyone out there remember MySpace?
That's old.
I know, but they used to have this
Shut your
bulletin.
age.
Go fuck yourself. There was a bulletin board you used to get on MySpace where like news would be posted and stuff, and I was following a fan page on there called the Thriller 25 fan page.
Yeah.
And I got up, it must have been about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I really needed a drink. It was all like, hot weather, and I needed to get up and have a drink. So I went and got a drink, and I thought, you know what, as I'm up, I'm going to pop on the computer for a bit and either listen to some music or play a game or something. So pop my PC on, and that loaded up, and I went, I'll just check my MySpace first.
Yeah.
And there was a bulletin up there on the bulletin board from the MJ25 fan page that said, "King of Pop, Michael Jackson passes away." Once again, I had the same reaction. I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, shut up, leave him alone. Stop spreading bullshit." Because remember, back in them days as well, back in them days when sort of like that happened, people used to fake a lot of celebrity deaths. They used to say this person had died. Well, yeah, but they seemed to be a bit more popular back then.
Yeah.
And, people sort of like would be sort of like this person had died when they're actually not. They're sitting at home having a beer, you know what I mean? So it's one of them things, but I decided myself to see, right, okay, how can I check this out? Now, if there's anything happened these days to make sure it's not fake, I Google it. But back then, I didn't think about Googling it. I thought, okay, we'll see if it's real or not. I bet it's bullshit. Flipped it over to Sky News, and I was like, see, oh, it's real. Shit.
Yeah.
And I saw, like, my wife actually knew before I did. I was asleep. And I sort of, like, was sitting there, and I was like, what? Michael Jackson? No. Is this,
what I mean.
Is this
that's
real?
The reaction people had as well. Like, what? Really?
Is this real? And
It was real.
the things I actually thought is sort of like, how? What the hell happened? He just announced a tour. He just announced to come to London, for the This Is It concerts. And what? And then I sort of like kept watching the news throughout the day, and it said about that he died cardiac arrest and things like that. And then it all came out about how it happened. But I remember that day he died specifically. I actually came, if you remember, I don't know if you do remember, but I actually came down to see you that day.
Yeah.
And
I think I do. Yeah, you did. I think you did. Yeah, I remember roughly. Yeah.
that day, even, I mean, every single music channel, at the time I had Sky, but the music channels, every single one of them was playing Michael Jackson songs, even like Kerrang and Scuzz, which are predominantly rock and metal stations, were playing Michael Jackson after Michael Jackson. The radio overtaken with Michael Jackson songs, you know. That entire day seemed like it was sort of like the biggest tribute to anyone ever. That shows the impact that Michael Jackson had in this world, you know.
Yeah, but my question is, where were they all when all that shit was happening at the time, though? They all turned us back on him.
That is, yes, that's very, very true. But you know, that is, I completely agree with you there. I do completely agree with you there. Now, after that day, I remember I came down to see you.
Mm-hmm.
I came home, and that night I remember specifically popping out, getting a chippy. If you guys out there don't know what a chippy is, it's fish and chips. And coming back, putting a channel on that we had on the TV called True Movies. And they had that night they put on the Jacksons and American Dream. Now I don't know if they did that especially, but
probably.
That's a two-parter, and they showed both parts in the same night. And I actually have that on DVD, even the DVD's a double disc. And I remember, you know, sitting there watching that, hearing these songs that they're singing, because, you know, it was the Jacksons were involved in it, in that movie, and so I decided to sit there and watch that, listen to all these great songs, and then I remember the next day, which was the Saturday, Channel 5 here in the UK had a film schedule, but they scrapped that film, and that afternoon they played Moonwalker, which was Michael Jackson's song, which came out in 1988. And how incredible is that? You know, they showed Moonwalker, and as far as I know, that's the last time on UK TV that Moonwalker was shown, 14 years ago.
IDL.
And, you know, I mean, we're privileged enough to have the DVDs, and I've got the fucking DVDs, Blu-rays. I've even got the original VHS tape of Moonwalker.
He also did The Wiz. Michael Jackson did do The Wiz. I will mention that while we're here.
Yeah.
That was when he was Jackson stage. That was when he's in the Jacksons when he done that.
Yeah. But yeah, they put Moonwalker on TV.
Yeah.
And wow, you know, even more fantastic music by an incredible person. And then you ask yourself, why was Michael Jackson loved so much? Now, not only because of his music, but you could see that he was a down-to-earth, actually caring person. This is a man who actually gave a shit about animals, about people, about the state of the environment, about the entire world. Didn't discriminate, didn't have any prejudice in his body against anything or anyone. But but there's people out there who sort of like, you know, always wanting to chat shit about him. Yeah.
So that's a money object to everyone.
You know, people always want to chat shit about him, but then, going back to what you said, T, as soon as he died, oh yeah, I've been a Michael Jackson fan, I like Michael Jackson. No, bitch, you're a sudden fan. You know, you're a sudden fan who's sort of like now feeling guilty about every single time you called Michael Jackson a name, every single time that you told a Michael Jackson joke, every single time that you said something even the slightest, you know, derogatory about him. Now you're fucking regretting it, ain't you? Because you realise that he was actually a good person. Not what the media said he was. The media had it out for him, I think. And, and just sort of like, wanted to use his image to sell papers and stuff. So then you had what I like to call the sudden fans who would then go out and buy the Michael Jackson albums and be like, oh yeah, I love this song, even though that's probably the first time they ever fucking heard it, And
there's all these fans out here, right, and saying, right, my favourite era is this, my favourite era is that, like Dangerous or History or all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why is it your favourite though? Why? Why is it your favourite though? Oh, I think he's better. Oh, I like it because he was white. You forget he was black at the beginning. He had songs way before he turned white, for fuck's sake. Now you're just saying you like him because he was white.
Yeah.
People forget he was black.
We're actually going to clear that rumour up. You raise a very good point there, T, and I nearly forgot to mention that. Michael Jackson had an allegation against him and a rumour that he bleached his skin. No, he didn't.
That's
He had a rare skin condition which was called vitiligo, which destroys the pigment in your skin and turns you a really, really pasty white colour. That's why.
How it skipped all of his relatives, I'll never know.
Well,
I'll never know.
It's a one in a million kind of thing, There's lots of people out there with it. People, people of colour, their skin turning like a lily white, and it's sort of like, it's a rare condition. Not everyone gets it. There's certain amount of people who have it in the world, but yeah, it's a real thing. He did not bleach his skin, so and anything sort of like the people say is just bullshit. Don't, when it comes to Michael Jackson, don't believe the bullshit. Now, me and T are dedicated Michael Jackson fans. I've got an insane Michael Jackson collection. I've done my research on him. It isn't just the music I like the actual person as well. He's my idol too. Always has been, always will be. If you gave me an option in this world to, if I was to watch professional wrestling again, listen to Michael Jackson comes out on top. If it's sort of like, anything, Michael Jackson comes out on top. There is no other, way that I'm going to do anything, or nothing could replace MJ. There's just nothing out there. And I think that sort of like, anybody before they want to sit there and say, oh, he was this because of the shit they've heard on the news and in the papers. He was one of these. He's a this. He's a that. He's the other. He's weird. He's this. He's that. Please, for the love of fucking God, instead of shouting your big fucking fat mouth off, and instead of sort of like, pointing the finger, thinking you're Mr. fucking big hard man by saying that Michael Jackson is something that he's not, do your fucking research. Actually research the things he's been through in life. Listen to things, that he's done. Listen to all of it. Even the bad stuff, listen to it, and you will see that all of the bad stuff happened. The allegations was just a money thing. That includes going back about 3 or 4 years now with Wade Wankstein and James Softdick. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. He was used as a money object. Tea Party is right, but that's the thing. The bigger the star, the bigger the target.
That's
Michael
why
Jackson.
Children, because children saw him as a human being.
Well, he never had he never had a childhood.
Like,
he didn't.
He saw children. Children saw in him was a friend, not a money object, not the artist that he is, a friend.
Yeah.
All the adults around him used him as a money object and think, oh, we can get stuff out of him. We get stuff out of him.
Yeah.
Children didn't.
Yeah. And there's sort of like, these certain. There's these people who sort of like when he was alive, they would sort of like be. Yeah, my music's really inspired by Michael. I'm a huge fan. And then Leaving Wankerland comes along, and with the bullshit and the lies, and people being, believing every single fucking word of it, even though they've done no fucking research. And about 90% of the stuff they said in that documentary was fake, and the facts just was not there. There was no facts at all in that documentary.
Well, if you want to watch a real documentary or film, watch the Navi one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Searching for Neverland, that's called. You can pick it up on DVD. It's a really good film.
Yeah. But it's
and
based on a book.
it actually is, yeah.
Yeah.
So don't sort of like sit there thinking, oh, he's this, he's that. Give his music a chance and do your research. That's what I ask. I say, do your research and then make up your own conclusions, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna say shit, if you're gonna spit shit about him, then at least make it sort of like the truth.
Yeah.
I know sort of like people when it comes to, when it comes to Michael Jackson, speaking the truth is something they don't like to do, because simply because they don't know what they're talking
That's
about.
why we're here.
That's why we're here, to put the people straight and to celebrate the greatest of all time. You can keep everybody else. You can literally keep everybody else. Michael Jackson is the king of pop, the king of rock, the king of soul, the king of everything. He is the king of absolutely fucking everything. Yeah. There will never ever be another Michael Jackson. There will never ever be anyone to get to his status. People can try.
Yeah, people have tried.
But they're not going to be there. There will forever only be one king of pop, Rolling Stone magazine. There will only ever be one king of pop, and you've got to sort of like, think that it's just never going to be like that. I'm sure you agree with that, T.
Yeah. There's not going to be another king of pop. No, he's the only one that is.
Yeah.
There's been prince and princesses king of pop pops out there, but not a king.
Yeah.
You can be a prince or princess of pop, but you can't be a king.
Exactly.
That's already been made and done back when Michael was here. So.
Yeah, that title is taken. You can't have it. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that is basically sort of like, about that. So this Sunday, get your Michael CDs out, get your Michael DVDs out, have a Michael Jackson day to celebrate. All weekend. Celebrate the life of a great man, a humanitarian, a great music artist, the biggest in the world, the biggest of all time. Don't sort of like be one of these arseholes who sort of like, oh, well, I'm not listening to that because he's this, he's that, yeah? And you're a fucking dick, So, I will always defend him. I will always defend Michael. A lot of people, a lot of artists who said that he inspired them and they were a fan. When that fucking documentary came out, they turned their back on him. I could name one in particular, but I'm not going to because he can't fucking sing anyway, twat. Well, put it this way, the person who said it is a bit of a mysterious prick. Yeah. Oh, we don't know. He went, I thought you were supposed to be a fucking fan. Defend him, you cunt. So that's just it. See, that's how defensive I will get about him. Now, none of you people watching this, don't try me in the comment section because, well, I'm not even going to argue with you. You'll just get blocked. But
yeah, pretty much.
It's sort of like, you must do your research when it comes to him and stuff. But yeah, this is what tonight's show has been about. We're about to finish up now. Before we do close, T, is there anything that you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to say?
No, it's just that listen to as much as MJ stuff as you can. Give him a chance and enjoy listening to him. Pretty much.
Yes. Are you going to be having a Michael Jackson day on Sunday?
Yeah, I've got DVDs out to watch.
Cool. Okay, so there you go.
I've got The Wiz, Moonwalker, and This Is It to watch. Very,
very good. If people want to sit there and watch This Is It, by the way, it is actually now available on Netflix, so you can go over there and watch it. Other streaming platforms are available. So there is that. So, yeah. Thank you is all that's left to say to the people who watched. But also thank you to Michael Jackson for every single thing that you did for this world. The world was better when you were in it, and we love you. We miss you. You're always going to be not only a legend, but the icon, the legend as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching that. Just another thing that I would just like to add before we end isn't actually about Michael Jackson. I just want to say for this weekend, happy birthday to George Michael, another icon of the 80s.
Yeah.
He, was in the band Wham, and even he had shit going against him and stuff, and people said crap about him. So happy birthday to him this week. He would have been 60.
Yeah,
So
he would have been, yeah.
thank you to him as well. But to all you people out there, I really hope you enjoyed this stream. I think I think we did good tonight, T. And my thing is just, did you enjoy it?
Yes, as I always do.
Excellent stuff. That is brilliant. So there will be another Flawless and Tea Party chat show coming at you next week.
Ooh.
And Tea Party's deciding what we're talking about.
Oh, bloody hell.
So there is going to be another Flawless and Tea Party chat show coming at you next Thursday. Be here for that. I don't know what it's going to be. T will decide and then tell us.
I don't know neither.
So there you have it. But you're not done with me tonight. Oh, no.
No.
Because tonight is going to be what's coming their way tonight, T?
Final Friday.
Vinyl Friday is coming your way this week. And I'm going to let you into a little hint.
Ooh.
Michael Jackson. Okay,
Ooh.
so be there for it, and hope you enjoy Vinyl Friday this week. It is Michael Jackson related, so please head on over there and watch it. That is coming your way between the hours of 12 and 1 a.m. Tonight, tomorrow morning, whatever way you prefer to look at it. Other times are available. So there we
from.
or wherever, yeah. So there you go. So thank you for watching. This has been the Flawless and Tea Party chat show. I will be back with Vinyl Friday later, but that's pre-recorded. So I'll be back with you live on Monday with some House Flipper. And yes, we'll get into some action. So thank you guys for watching. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe here if you're new. Turn on them post notifications to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video or stream. Also follow me on Instagram at Flawless Rage 2. But for right now, guys, it's time for me to go. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care. And all that's left for me to say is enjoy Vinyl Friday. And always remember to be you, be the real you, be the true you, because there's no point in being anything else, is there? Take care, guys. Enjoy your Vinyl Friday, and I'll catch you later. Until next time, thank you for watching. Cheers. And from me and Tea Party, a very good night to you all. Rest in peace, MJ.